Alright, we're back, everybody. At last, after what seemed like enough adventure to fill a week, we reached the final day of our field study. Over in Crossbell State, they were busy preparing for today's keynote session at the trade conference. We spent the morning running through the Imperial Army's physical fitness program alongside some of the soldiers, and after completing it, no easy task, I might add, we sat down to a lukewarm redux of yesterday's lunch. That afternoon, during our special military science lecture, we were presented with a confidential report on the terrorists. The Imperial Liberation Front is in Crossbell? That's right, or at least that's what the Intelligence Division believes. It looks like it's a known terrorist group oh my gosh. Okay, let's try this again. It looks like a known terrorist organization from the Calvin Republic has turned up in Crossbell too. The situation over there is pretty touch and go right now. Oh no. What are the authorities doing? Everything they can, naturally. However, operations are being handled solely by the Intelligence Division. They refuse to tell the Imperial Army anything, just that they have a trusted ally taking care of things. But who does the Intelligence Division trust? You've got to know something about this, right, Short Stack? Well, I do, but I can't really tell you anything. I guess it's not a breach of confidentiality to tell you that they're a really strong bunch, though. That's still pretty vague. I've got a few ideas. Anyway, there's not much point in us worrying about that right now. The bigger issue is that the terrorists of the hour, the Imperial Liberation Front, are a bigger crew than we thought. Big enough to be in possession of a state-of-the-art military airship, at least. Seriously? An airship? Can we assume Reinford's the manufacturer, then? Correct. Just how something that large found its way into the hands of insurgents is currently unknown. But it seems to be a high-speed model, different from the heavily armored types favored by the Imperial Army. I bet it's from the RF-26 series. There are a number of different models within that series, though. But if they have an airship, that means they're going to do... Oh my god. Okay. But if they have an airship, that means they're going to be a whole lot more difficult to catch, doesn't it? That's exactly what it means. It's basically impossible to keep tabs on them as it is. With an airship in their possession, there's no telling when or where they'll pop up next. That's quite worrying, especially since Prince Olivert is attending the conference. And Toa's in Crossbell right now, too. Yeah. Damn, now you've got me worrying. Aw, take it easy. I don't think you have anything to worry about with Gramps and Lecter over there. Well, that aside, if the terrorist attention is currently focused on Crossbell, does that mean the Empire is effectively safe right now? You raise a good point, Laura. They did target Princess Alphen during the summer festival last month. It's possible it's just a feint. Maybe they just want us to believe they're targeting the Chancellor? The Railway Military Police thought so too, which is why they've increased the security level here at home. The Emperor and everyone else connected to the Imperial Army should be safe. They've also beefed up security anywhere that seems short-handed. As well as prepared as ever, I see. At any rate, you've finally uncovered some information on the terrorists' identities, correct? That's right, though once again we have the Intelligence Division to thank for that. If you turn your attention to the screen, please. I know that face. G. That's the man who kidnapped Princess Alphen and Elise in Heimdall. Not to mention he tried to start a war with Calvert in the Nord Highlands. So, who is he? His full name is Michael Gideon. He used to be an assistant professor at the Imperial Academy in Heimdall. That man? A teacher? So, an academic. Right, his focus was political philosophy. 3 years ago, he was dismissed for his position due to his intense criticism of Chancellor Osborne's hardline policies. Oh. So getting laid off sent him on the road to terrorism? Well, it sounds like the actual reason he was let go was because he was handing out tracts and flyers in public. You'll find these kinds of idealists at the heart of most terrorist groups, though. In seeding a group with their core ideology, they twist it to be even more militant and radical. You can't even reason with them either. Yeah, they just don't know when to give up. It sounds like some other groups I know. So, do we know anything about the others? We crossed paths with what I can only assume were 3 other key members last month in Heimdall. Yes, S, V, and C. It seems like they haven't been able to dig up much on those 3 yet. Their strongest lead right now is that V may have belonged to a Jaeger Corps. Interesting. He was toting around this machine gun that looked like it should have been mounted on a vehicle. Did he seem all that familiar to you, Fee? Not really. They're working on narrowing down the identity of S2, but it's too early to make any informed statements. The real unknown is their leader, C. Ah, the one in the visored helmet. I heard he was able to go toe-to-toe with Reen, Laura, and Fee simultaneously. I almost find that hard to believe. I don't. I imagine there are plenty of people in the Empire who could do so. It goes without saying that the Radiant Blade Master could fend off all 3 of us without much of a problem. But I'd bet good Mira and Instructor Sarah and Major Neidhart could do it too. They can't say for certain. Look at Mr. Modesty over here. The Major here is widely held to be one of the strongest up-and-coming officers in the entire army. I've heard people mention him right alongside Major Vander. Laying it on a little thick today, aren't we? Going by family name, it seems safe to assume he's a practitioner of the Vander style of swordsmanship. No doubt a relative of Lieutenant General Vander from Zender Gate. While I would question whether I stand on equal footing with him, Major Vander is unquestionably strong. He was my classmate during my military academy years and quite close to Prince Olivert as well. In fact, he's in Crossbow right now, serving as the prince's bodyguard. Whoa. Well, that's reassuring to know. But getting back to the point, it's not just C. We still know very little about their group as a whole. Even their source of funding is a mystery, so even if they are a no-show in Crossbow, I doubt we've heard the last of them. And call it coincidence or fate, but they've put the kibosh, blah, blah, blah. But you've put the kibosh on their schemes twice now. It's entirely possible they've come to hold a personal grudge against you, so be careful. Alright. Yeah, we'll be sure to keep that in mind. Eventually, the afternoon series of special lectures came to an end, and it was finally time to get a peek at the Corellia Fortress's infamous railway guns. You'll now be shown to the area where the railway guns are housed. All of what you're about to see is highly classified. I presume you're aware of the protocol surrounding confidential intel? Yes, Instructor. I'm getting kind of nervous. Me too. Guys, it's just the railway guns. I've seen them before. They're nothing to get all excited over. Orion, this part of the field study isn't mandatory for you. If you'd like to stay here and wait for us, that'd be more than okay. Jeez, I'm just kidding. I don't want to be the only one left behind. Honestly. Excuse me a moment. This is Neidhart speaking. Yes? Hello, Commander Walter. Wait, Mueller wants to speak to me? Of course, put him through. What could you possibly be calling about at a time like this? What? What's happening? Huh, is he taking a call from someone outside the fortress on his Arcus? Sure looks that way. Understood. We'll be on alert here as well. Yes, right. Take care out there. Did something happen in Crossbell? I'm afraid so. A short while ago, the skyscraper where the conference is taking place came under attack by the Imperial Liberation Front. The attack was carried out via airship. Fortunately, they were able to repel the terrorists, and Prince Olivert, Chancellor Osborne, and the others are unharmed. However, it's too early to tell if the danger has truly passed. They really did attack the conference. How foolish. But that's not all, is it? Something else strange happened. What was it? The terrorists are somehow able to gain access to the orbital net and manipulate the shutters that partition the building. Furthermore, they had with them a force of mechanical monsters. I don't like the sound of that. You found something like that in Legram, right? Yeah, we ran into one on the highway there. And they broke into the orbital net. Major, how much of Corellia Fortress is connected to the network? At present, it's only used for inventory and equipment management by the maintenance staff. But that's enough. Having that knowledge is huge. What was that? A tremor? It came from right below us. Below? The hangar! What the hell? The Oxens! Ugh. What happened here? They just started moving. No one's inside. They just started moving on their own. Sounds like the C units, that just 20 of them appeared, are remote control units. Did the C unit start malfunctioning? No, they couldn't have. What's a C unit? It's an automatic control unit we put on vehicles that are to serve as targets in military exercises. How did C units end up attached to our most advanced tanks? This is really bad. I'm going to assess the situation. I need you here to help fight the fires and assist the injured maintenance staff. Yes, sir. Please be careful out there. The units ended up attached to the Oxens because of falsified orders. They weren't supposed to attach the units to the tanks. Or at least they didn't know they weren't supposed to. This is crazy. Hold on a minute. The automatic control systems are really capable of that level of advanced maneuvering? No, they're definitely not. Our current technology isn't capable of anything nearly this advanced. But if you were to apply the tech used in the archaisms, it suddenly becomes a whole lot more possible. Instructor, are you saying that the Society might be involved in this? I'd say it's looking more and more likely by the minute. What are they? Isn't the proving ground we visited yesterday out that way? Just what are they planning? Who knows? Let's find out. What in Adios' name is going on here? Why are unmanned tanks roving around blasting the hell out of this base on their own? Well, it seems like last night, headquarters sent an order to the engineers to fit those tanks with C units. Preposterous! I gave no such order! But never mind that. Right now, we need to focus on extinguishing the fires and quelling the confusion. And send a request for assistance to the 4th Armored Division. Ugh. What should we do? I can't see us being able to catch up to them without a horse at the very least. But what's their goal? What are they trying to accomplish here? Whatever it is, they definitely have some kind of game plan. We can't just stand aside and do nothing. Leave this to us. Isn't that Dad? He looks so weird just standing there as it's driving. General, HQ's apprised me of the situation. Leave these rogue tanks to us. We can't rule out the possibility that they're a diversion. I want you all to stay here. Understood, sir. Thank you, General. Be careful, Dad. You too, Elliot. 4th Armored Division, advance. Take out those out-of-control tanks by any means necessary. Our opponents are unmanned. There's no need to hold back. Yes, General. Wow, your dad's really something else, Elliot. I admit, he is pretty cool when he takes charge like that. Well, it seems that I no longer need to worry about those tanks, at least. But what are they after? That's the question of the hour, isn't it? We can't let our guard down just yet. Might I suggest we fall back to the fortress, Major? A prudent move. We may assess the level of damage inside. Hey, aren't those... What in the... The Imperial Liberation Front? Whoa, there's 2 of them. There's no way we could have known they had another force lying in wait. This is bad. The hangar. This is very bad. Like, this couldn't get any worse. Well, that's a lie. It gets much worse. Because this is... This is how this is the whole scenario that the game started with.
Do they seriously think they could breach an impregnable fortress?
They're just terrorists. Wipe them out. Right back at you.
That would just break his skull open.
All right. Let's get this party started then. We're headed straight for the left railway gun. If anyone gets in our way, fill them full of holes. Yeah!
What's the Imperial Liberation Front doing here?
I thought they were in Crossbell.
Well, that is the main attraction.
We're just slaughtering the soldiers.
They sure didn't put up much of a fight, did they?
Your sword explodes. What do you want?
Our mission is to support Comrade G over in Crossbell. Our target is the right railway gun. Let's show him some beautiful fireworks, shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, they're going for both the left and the right wings. Shit. It's the railway guns they're after? No. Are they going to fire them at the trade conference where the Chancellor is? If a shot from one of the railway guns hit that building, it'd blow the place to smithereens. So that's what they're after. The situation has escalated far beyond the scope of your field study. I want you all to stand by here. No way. We can't just stand idle while these insurgents run amok. If you won't take us with you, then we'll take action ourselves. Look, time zone luxury we don't have. I think it's best to have them help us. Listen up, we're going back into the fortress. Groups A and B, you're with me. Let's do this. This is the exact scenario the game started with. And it's crazy.
It's no use! We can't even scratch them! What's happening? Who's in control of those things? Get in touch with the 4th Armored Division! We need backup from Lieutenant General Craig!
He's already here. Alright, let's go. It's just a slaughter. They're no ordinary terrorists.
This is awful. What happened here?
How terrible.
I can smell smoke. Are they using gunpowder?
They've completely blindsided us. It appears that everything else they've done today was to serve as a decoy, even making the tanks go haywire.
Right. It looks like their real target was the railway guns all along, which means they must be serious about targeting that trade conference in Crossbell City.
They wouldn't.
They would.
How can they possibly think?
So, they're intent on taking the Chancellor's head after all.
Resorting to such wanton violence? This is absolutely outrageous.
This does look kind of bad.
Understatement of the year.
Please, let us help. We don't know if reinforcements are on the way, and it doesn't look like we have much time left. We have to stop them before they can activate the railway guns.
Green's right.
I don't know how much we can really do, but considering the alternative, we have to try.
Right. I'm not about to let those terrorists have their way.
Looks like any attempt to convince you otherwise would fall on deaf ears. All right. Reen, you and the rest of Group A are with me. Group B, you'll be under the command of Major Neidhart.
One group will secure the gun in the right wing. The other group will secure the left. This is an actual combat situation, with real lives at stake. I expect the best from each of you.
Yes, sir. All right, Class 7. Our objective is to stop the activation of the railway guns. We've learned a lot at the Academy. It's time to put that knowledge to the test.
Yeah!
Understood!
Instructor Sarah joined the party. While she's assigned to the active battle party, the number of support members increased to 3. Burst link attack. Alright, now we can burst it up. I can't change reports, can I? Ooh la la, I can. Ooh. Yeah, this will be fine. Alright. We're actually gonna call it here. Now, I want to give this scenario the proper time it deserves. Tell that everybody.